Have you ever been bombarded with attention from someone new that you have met, and you are kind of digging this person and they compliment you and just say all the right things, and then after a few days you don't hear from them anymore, and then all of a sudden they pop up again and you're just an amazing person, and hey, let's go to the movies this weekend. And then as the weekend gets closer, again, you don't hear from this individual. Well, this type of, and I would say abuse, is called breadcrumbing. We will be discussing breadcrumbing and what that looks like from someone whom is a narcissist or someone that you may be trauma bonding with. And given everyone isn't a narcissist, but it could be a family member, a loved one. Again, I always say, a neighbor, a friend, or foe. So I'm going to start out by reading you the definition of breadcrumbing, and we will take it from there. Breadcrumbing, AI overview, is a dating and relationship tactic where someone gives you just enough attention, affection, or communication to keep you interested, but never actually commits to a real, fulfilling relationship. My experience of breadcrumbing was, oh, I just respect you. You are a nurse. Oh, you're into health and wellness. And, you put forth so much effort to take care of yourself. And then later you're reduced to almost not being nobody. Well, I know other nurses and you're not the only nurse, like you've ever said that you were the only nurse. But, well, you still haven't lost that 30 pounds that you've been wanting to lose, have you? So you're being fed attention that makes you feel good, sounds good, gives you hope and encouragement, and then you're left alone to deal with the inadequacies that have been also provided by this person. So breadcrumbing could be very abusive in nature. I picture, how you got your birds that are perched outside your home, and you may feed them a couple breadcrumbs, or your chickens and your roosters that live at your family member's home. They take care of them in their backyard, and they go out and they feed them some breadcrumbs. Well, that's exactly what an individual is doing that even perhaps you may used to date before, and you've had to let them go because it just wasn't an ideal relationship for you, whether it had been 5 years, 10 months, 25 years. You have been breadcrumbed to death. So the setting boundaries when it comes to people that you are becoming engaged with is of a huge necessity. One of the means that these individuals tend to breadcrumb you is that they are inconsistent with their contact. You're waiting for a return call, you go to bed, 2 or 3 days has passed, and now all of a sudden at midnight they're sending you a text knowing you would be you're asleep at midnight, but they send you a text because they're gonna feed you a little breadcrumb to make you feel a little giddy on the inside. And you may even get up and respond to the text, and you haven't heard from this person in 3 or 4 months. That is a form of breadcrumbing. And if and when you do respond to that random text, you have just did what this narcissistic individual would have wanted you to do. You outright replied. Now, you don't even know why that they have sent you a message, at midnight. It could be because they are feeling inadequate, because that's how these people are. Perhaps they're feeling inadequate at that moment, or maybe the new narcissistic supply that they were engaged in cut them off or did not give them what they were looking for, because they kind of saw the red flags right away, so they just didn't give them the attention that they were seeking. So they will tend to come back to you, the old supply, because again, what they do is they tend to shelve you, put you on the shelf, like these items on the shelf here. They will shelve you and then always, tend to think that they can come back to you when they are lacking in the supply that they are looking for. So keep in mind, you are nobody's doormat. You are not a doormat to anyone, okay? No follow through. They drop vague plans to meet up or call, but constantly cancel or never actually solidify a time. You know why? They're really not that interested. And I think there's a movie or book or, they're just not interested. But because of our need for acceptance, because of our need of wanting to be loved, wanting to be heard, wanting to be in a happy relationship, like those that you see, you may be at work or, in your neighborhood, we are willing to forfeit ourselves until we go in and become healed. So the inconsistencies when it comes to contact and just the no following through with that movie date and dinner that you were promised is enough to begin to look at the red flags so that you won't have to continue to go through such letdown, hurt, and pain. Surface level communication. They like your social media posts from way back when. Now you got current posts that you are putting up for everyone to see and enjoy and thumbs up and heart you and all that stuff. But the narcissist or the individual that you had trauma bond will choose a post from 3 years ago versus something that's more relevant. They know that will send a signal up to you in your brain and your heart to say, well, I wonder what they want with me. I wonder why they chose that photo. Instead of choosing something that you have recently posted. It sounds quite manipulative and psychological to me, and that's exactly what it is, a whole psychological warfare, feeding breadcrumbs. And in your mind, in your heart, you're in hopes of this individual has changed. This individual is no longer the person that I thought they were. This individual has become anew. But guess what? It's all a game. They're just breadcrumbing you. And I don't mean for it to, sound harsh, but this is just reality. I would not be, providing these videos on narcissism if it was not illuminated to me. And once I really, truly figured out what narcissistic energy looks like, I knew I had to write about it. I knew I had to share this with those that are seeking answers in regards to the treatment that they are receiving in these forms of relationships. It is a broken relationship or situationship. So we are broken within, and then you connect with someone else that is broken, and it's just two fragmented individuals coming together and again trauma bonding. So another means or signs that you are being breadcrumbed is kept at a distance. You are never fully integrated into their life. They avoid defining the relationship or making a serious commitment. How many of you have gone through that? How many of you are waiting for, someone to ask for your hand in marriage because you've been with them since you were born and they still have not asked you to take their hand in marriage? Or maybe they have and you have the ring on, but yet there still has not been a date set. How many of you are waiting for someone that you met 6 months ago and you're ready to settle down and this is your soulmate, so you think, and for some odd reason, they just have not asked you to be their woman or their man or their boo? Well, that is a form of breadcrumbing. So again, why do we forfeit ourselves when it comes to love? Why are we willing to reduce or not set up the boundaries that are necessary in order to thrive within? Life is short, you all. No day is promised to us, and we are not here to just be abused by people, by the system, government, even the very government that we are under will breadcrumb us. Oh, I'm gonna give you $1,000 for each, new child that is born, but then what is the reasoning behind doing this? What scheme and scam is there behind providing $1,000 to each new, child that is born? It just, I would begin to just really look at what it is that you want and desire in your own life. And the only way to do that is to go within, go back, check out what you've been through and why you continue to make the decisions that you make. And a lot of times we end up repeating the same cycles because we never became healed on the inside. And that is what being soulful is all about. To be soulful means to go deep. Mind, body, spirit. They all work together in tandem. You are mind, body, spirit, if that's what you believe. So begin to get set free. My name is Michelle King. This is Soulful Nutrition and Wellness, where evolution is essential for growth. Please like, comment, subscribe so that others can begin to enjoy and utilize the honesty of the videos that I do enjoy putting out for you all. We are living in a time where healing is extremely necessary. And if the videos that I share can help just one person, and that one person can go and another person, then my job is done. Peace. Monday, June 1st is Worldwide Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. And because of this, I am offering Creepy, the unveiling of a narcissist, in my e-store for half price, along with all the other soulful merch that is available. But the most important thing is the book itself in the e-store, half price. That is soulful-store.com, soulful-store.com. If you don't need it, I'm sure there is someone that you love that could make sense of this book, utilize this book so that they can begin to get set free from the internal hurt and pain that they are dealing with. Soulful-store.com. You can get your Creepy in all caps half off. Blessings.